Imagine a secret team of codebreakers working in absolute silence, while the fate of the entire world hangs precariously in the balance. This isn't a scene from a spy movie. This was the reality at Bletchley Park during the darkest days of World War II. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the shadows of history to uncover the story of the brilliant minds who cracked the uncrackable and changed the course of the war. At the heart of this story is a name you might know, Alan Turing. During World War II, Turing and his remarkable team achieved a monumental breakthrough by cracking the German enigma. Code. This single act of genius didn't just shorten the war. It also laid the foundational stones for the modern computers we use every single day. So, let's set the stage. The German military relied on a terrifyingly complex machine called Enigma to encrypt their communications. This wasn't just a simple cipher. The Enigma machine could generate billions upon billions of possible combinations for every single message to the Allied forces. It was a constantly shifting wall of gibberish, an unbreakable code that shielded the enemy's every move. Every U-boat attack, every troop movement, every strategic plan was locked away, and the key seemed impossible to find. The daily frustration was immense. They knew the Germans were communicating, but the messages were just noise. It was like trying to find a single grain of sand on a vast, endless beach. The stakes were impossibly high. With each passing day that the code remained unbroken, more lives were lost, and the war effort grew more desperate. The pressure on the code breakers at Bletchley Park was unimaginable. They were fighting a silent war, a war of intellect, where a single mistake could have catastrophic consequences. But in the face of this seemingly insurmountable challenge, one mind saw a path forward. Alan Turing wasn't just a brilliant mathematician. He was a visionary who thought in ways that others couldn't comprehend. He understood that fighting a machine required another machine. So, he and his team conceptualized and built the bomb, an electromechanical marvel that was essentially an early form of a computer. This incredible device wasn't solving the code through sheer luck. It was a machine of pure logic. The bomb could systematically test thousands of potential Enigma settings at a speed that was simply beyond human capability. It worked and clicked, processing possibilities at a lightning pace, searching for the one correct key that would unlock the day's secrets. Suddenly, thanks to Turing's genius, the impossible was becoming possible. The wall of gibberish started to crumble, and for the first time, the Allies could begin to read the enemy's mind. The impact of this breakthrough was nothing short of revolutionary, yet it was a victory celebrated in complete secrecy. Historians now estimate that the intelligence gathered from the decrypted Enigma messages, known as Ultra, may have shortened the war by as much as 2 years. Think about that for a moment. 2 years. That translates to millions of lives saved, both military and civilian. It meant fewer families torn apart, fewer cities destroyed. But the legacy of Bletchley Park didn't end when the war did. Turing's innovative methods and the theoretical concepts behind the bomb machine planted the seeds for the digital age. His work on computation and artificial intelligence wasn't just a wartime tool. It was the blueprint for the future. The smartphone in your pocket, the laptop on your desk, the very fabric of our interconnected world, all of it can be traced back to the quiet, determined work of these hidden heroes. Now, let's take a moment to consider the other side of this story. While Bletchley Park was a hub of intellectual triumph, it was also a place of immense personal sacrifice and psychological strain. The codebreakers worked under a strict oath of secrecy that lasted for decades after the war. They couldn't tell their families, their friends, or their spouses what they did. They carried the weight of their world-changing achievements in silence, celebrated by no one. Imagine knowing you helped save millions of lives but being unable to share the truth. This secrecy took a toll. For many, it was a heavy burden that isolated them from the very world they fought so hard to protect. Their contributions were so secret that for a long time, history books didn't even mention their names. They were ghosts, unsung heroes whose true impact remained hidden in classified files for over 30 years. Let's shift our focus to another ancient site shrouded in mystery, the Nazca Lines in Peru. Etched into the arid desert floor are hundreds of massive geoglyphs depicting animals, plants, and strange geometric shapes. Created by the ancient Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 CE. These figures are so enormous that they can only be fully appreciated from the air. This fact has baffled researchers for decades. Why would a civilization without any known means of flight create art that could only be seen from the sky? Theories range from astronomical calendars and religious pathways to, more fantastically, signals for extraterrestrial visitors. The precision and scale of the lines are staggering. Some, like the hummingbird or the monkey, are instantly recognizable, while others are abstract spirals and trapezoids stretching for miles. The dark history here isn't one of conflict, but of lost knowledge. The true purpose and methods of the Nazca people have been lost to time, leaving us with an awe-inspiring puzzle etched into the earth itself. What rituals were performed here? What messages were they trying to convey? And to whom? The silence of the desert holds these secrets tight. Now, let's travel across the globe to the windswept Orkney Islands of Scotland, to a Neolithic settlement called Skara Brae, older than both Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids of Giza. This prehistoric village was perfectly preserved under sand dunes for over 4,000 years, until a storm uncovered it in 1850. It offers an unprecedented glimpse into the lives of people from the Stone Age, with stone beds, dressers, and even a sophisticated drainage system. But the story of Skara Brae ends abruptly. Around 2500 BCE, the site was abandoned. There are no signs of a struggle, no evidence of an attack. It's as if the inhabitants simply walked away and never came back. Why did they leave? Was it a dramatic climate shift that made life untenable? Did a social or religious upheaval force them to flee? Or was it a more personal, localized tragedy? The dark history of Skara Brae lies in this sudden, silent departure. We can walk through their homes, see where they slept, but we will likely never know the story of their final days. The empty stone houses stand as a quiet testament to a community lost to the mist of time. From a lost village, we turn to a lost city. The magnificent ruins of Angkor Wat in Cambodia, as the largest religious monument in the world. This temple complex is a masterpiece of Khmer architecture. For centuries, it was the heart of a sprawling empire that dominated Southeast Asia. But by the 15th century, the great city of Angkor, which once housed up to 1 million people, began a rapid decline and was eventually abandoned to the jungle. The reasons for its collapse are still debated among historians. Was it relentless warfare with neighboring kingdoms? Was it an environmental collapse caused by the elaborate water management system failing during prolonged droughts and intense monsoons? Or was it a shift in religious belief from Hinduism to Buddhism that undermined the king's divine authority? The dark history of Angkor is the story of a civilization's spectacular fall from grace. The jungle slowly reclaimed the stone temples, with massive tree roots strangling the intricate carvings, a powerful symbol of nature's ability to overwhelm human ambition. For centuries, it remained a legendary ghost city, a cautionary tale of how even the mightiest empires can vanish. Can you imagine a world without computers or the internet, without Alan Turing and his team? That might have been our reality. Their secret war against Enigma didn't just win battles, it forged the future. And what about the mysteries of the past? What secrets do you think are still buried at sites like Nazca or Skara Brae? The world is full of these untold stories, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this glimpse into history's hidden heroes and mysterious pasts, please hit the like button and subscribe for more untold stories that shaped our world. Let us know in the comments which historical mystery you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.